Nagasaki 100% one of my favorite cities. Out of the 15, 16 major cities I've been to in Japan this trip, Nagasaki is definitely one of my favorites. Top 5, might even be my most favorite, I don't know. We finally did it. From the very topmost point almost in Sapporo to the very bottom point almost in Nagasaki. All in one incredible journey. Nagasaki was the last city on my list, not only because it was an extremely viable day trip from Fukuoka where I was situated, but I wanted to complete my mission of conquering all 3 major night views of Japan. First though, we had to explore the city a bit, and I found it to be a lot better than I ever anticipated. A beautiful day. Today we're off to Nagasaki. It is early compared to the time that I usually wake up. 9 o'clock. Alright. So we're getting straight into it. No intro in my room or nothing. Just shows how tired I was towards the final leg of my journey. But no music and quick edit too, because I want to show you the interesting process I took getting from Fukuoka to Nagasaki, because it wasn't an easy one, at least for me. First though, as you see here, you're going to want to take the train wherever you're situated to Hakata Station, Fukuoka's main station. Obviously though, right? From there, it's pretty easy to navigate to the bullet train lines. Just follow the signs that are all in English. Now to get to Nagasaki, you're going to want to take a Relay Kamome Express to Takeo Onsen. Then, take a Shinkansen from there to Nagasaki. The whole journey takes roughly an hour and 30 minutes. There are other ways to get there, but this is the most recommended one. Unfortunately, even though you expect it to, there is no straight bullet train ride from Fukuoka to Nagasaki, at least at the time that I was there. If there was one, I heard it take as little as 40 minutes. Maybe there'll be one in the future though. But here's where I fumbled a bit. Now, as you know, I don't have a rail pass and I didn't buy a ticket beforehand. I tried asking for help, but these dudes were taking forever, so I just said screw it and tried to do things myself. And maybe it was the tiredness in me, but I didn't realize I only bought the ticket for the first train. I think the machine I used wasn't the actual Shinkansen ticket one, which you're supposed to use, I'm pretty sure. It also didn't have reserved seating, so after I sat down on a random seat which conveniently was just there for one person, a few minutes later, on the hour ride to Takeo, some guy came and told me off. And unfortunately, I soon found out that the unreserved seating area was full too. So I did what some other people did and just stand in a corner the whole time. My legs ached because I was trying to balance on the shaky train the whole time, but then when we got to Takeo Onsen Station, what you're supposed to do is immediately board the bullet train on the other side, and you have like 3 minutes to do so. Pretty seamless experience, but unfortunately, like I said, I didn't have a ticket for that one, so I had to ask for some help. We're from Fukuoka, Hakata. I just booked this one to Takeo Onsen.
あ、ここまでしか持ってない。
はい。
切符持ってなくてどうする？
I don't know what he said, but he just let me on, which was so nice of him because I didn't want to wait like an hour for the next one. It might have been cool to see that small city though, but oh well. And I just sat on a random reserved seat that was empty. I don't know what the fuck was going on. I did have to pay the fare in between and look like a total dumbass, but I was fine by that, as long as I got to my destination with as little time wasted as possible. I spent like 60 Australian bucks one way or something, but after a stressful ass hour and a half, we finally made it to the pretty modern and beautiful Nagasaki station. Here I was, checking the time of the last train before I set out into the city for the very first time. I had to tell the guy there my situation, but eventually we made it through. Great. When I need it to work, my fucking internet's not working. I don't know where to go. Alright, that really tired me out. Oh my god. Thankfully I bought a coffee and I drank it and it's pretty good, but... So here's a lesson to be learned. Always pre-book your tickets a day or two in advance, or come to the station at least 30 minutes before you board, because holy like the amount of time you have to walk, also waiting to buy tickets, is a huge line. But looks like Nagasaki isn't as busy as Hakata, which is good. Summary of the story is always allow yourself enough time, but I wanted to save, I don't think I mentioned this, but I wanted to save like an hour, because for some reason the Shinkansens come every hour from Tokyo Onsen. So I didn't want to wait, like, I could have, but I didn't want to wait another hour at Tokyo Onsen. I was actually preparing to do that because I didn't have a ticket to board the Nagasaki one. So I was going to be like, oh, I'll have some lunch nearby, and I could have, but oh well, I'm here now. And it ended up being a good idea that I didn't, because it meant that I would have less time in Nagasaki, which, with the amount of things I ended up seeing this day, would suck. Before we get to that though, my first impressions of Nagasaki was that it was a very clean and modern city. First though, I decided to just buy my ticket back to Fukuoka, after keeping in mind what I just said. Better to stick to the schedule, and as you see here, this was your traditional bullet train machine, the ones in green, and where you need to go to buy a ticket if you want to get here, where I should have went. Don't be an idiot like me, take your time. Alright, we have a lot of time. Got my energy thing. I just booked my tickets return because just in case I couldn't do it on my way back, because I haven't done it before, but it's pretty simple. You just book from the station you want to depart from, then select your arrival, like your final destination. Yes, you need to take 2 trains, but they put the 2 trains already, like it's a route, so you just need to select your seats if you're reserved for both like cities that you're traveling to, basically. I don't know why it's the case, like it's kind of weird, you know, but I've learned every prefecture has their own kind of set of rules and set of things. Like every place is like different. Here, to transfer to like two major cities, you have to transfer station. I mean, I think it was the case with Sendai too, but now I would have definitely used that green machine in Hakata, Fukuoka, but the line was massive and I had only 10 minutes left, so I just quickly bought any ticket I could. But yeah, we're leaving at 9:18. Yeah, there's a train every hour. I think that gives me enough time, because then I get back to the hotel around 11. If I booked later, it would be 12. It wouldn't be worth it. I'd be too tired, so 9:18. Ah, so that's why I quickly bought the first ticket, because I was strict for time. Makes sense, so always plan ahead of time. But yeah, after regrouping for a bit, we set on the road and just walked around the city to see what we could find. New city, new experiences. Didn't know where to go, so I just looked at Google Maps while walking around. Going up this sketchy ass, I don't even know what this is. It's crazy how different in temperature when you change cities. Like, it's so much warmer here. Already I can say this city looks very, very nice. Already took some really cool shots just near the station area. Got a lot of mountainous kind of things. I don't know what we're gonna do. Right now we're just gonna walk around. There are 2 main areas I want to do today. The Peace Park and the mountain with one of the best night views of the world. But until Then around 3, I'd say. We don't really need to do much. If you guys didn't know, Nagasaki was also a city like Hiroshima that was atomic bombed during the war. So obviously, the main attraction is the atomic bomb area, Peace Park, and museum, which we'll get to. That was our end goal. Now, as you see here, there's a lot to do in Nagasaki. Some people dedicate like a day or two. That's what I would recommend. But unfortunately, I just only had a day. So I could only see the main things. So I just decided to set upon things and see both sides of the city. Mount Inasa was the ultimate end goal at night. First, we just chilled around the area east of the station. And the closest thing was the 26 Martyrs Monument, a place dedicated to 26 Christians who were executed in 1597 as a warning by Japan's ruler at that time. There was also a museum there, but I wasn't really too interested because I saw some cool big structure nearby. This area is really nice. Oh, I see something else over there. Some temple. I'll show you some zoomed in footage of it. But that over there reminds me of like Busan. I don't know how to explain. I've never been to Busan, but there's this one iconic image of it. But so far, Nagasaki is really nice. I love it here. You could go inside that museum. There's a museum there. I'm not a big fan of museums. I probably should check it out, but I don't really care. I'm not a museum type of guy. But yeah, I mean, you can find that shit all online. I don't have too much time, so I'm just gonna wander around this place. Maybe get a drink. Nah, maybe there's a hotel here. Maybe there's a toilet there. It's one of these with the like section L. Nobody in the front desk. You have to put in a code. Japan is so weird. There's literally a love hotel right in the right around the corner, and also there's 2 girls dancing outside it. Not in a provocative way. Like they don't even live there. It's just they were just there. I don't want to film them though because I didn't want to look like a creep. And after a short walk uphill, we made it to the Fukuoka temple area. It's a nice place. As soon as I go up hills, I realize how much energy I actually have. And it's not a lot. I need a Red Bull. Or some food. But we're gonna check out this place. Then check out a bridge.
What a fucking...
Not that bridge. And then we'll eat, and then we'll go to the Peace Museum, and I think that's a good day. I wanted to arrive earlier. I didn't want to wait an hour, so it got me more in a rush, and unfortunately, I wasn't able to take many photos, or video, I mean, of like this outside on the Shinkansen arriving to Nagasaki, unfortunately, but it is what it is. Stunning and calming area, though. Oh, I'm surprised there's hardly anyone here. Wow. Wow. Can we actually... You know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of the time I was bashing a bong in... or a bell or whatever. In Thailand. I don't think you can hear though. It looks like it's kind of stuck in place over there. I did make up my own little fun though, considering I was the only one there. I did see one other person come up though at one point, but that was it. So far pretty chill and tropical vibe in a way. Definitely unlike most other Buddhist temples I've visited in Japan. Founded in 1628, destroyed in the Second World War and then rebuilt in 1979. Built as a symbol overlooking the entire city of Nagasaki. In honor of the victims of the atomic bombing, a bell is rung at 11:02 a.m. each day, also I've heard. And like most other temples, you're also allowed inside, with your shoes taken off of course. Well, there were no signs, but I saw someone else doing so, and I also remember back to the time in Thailand, it was like that, so yeah. And outside, there's a nice looking and maintained koi pond to glance upon as well. Man, I don't know where the guys who maintain this place were. I saw nobody. But so far, a great start to this city. If you're new here, with how I record stuff, it's normally all pretty straightforward. On the fly, getting to places, action camera. When I'm at the place, high quality mirrorless camera. And sometimes phone shots, if I need to zoom in, because the action camera sucks at zooming in, and I don't have a long angle lens. I just have a vlogging 10mm to 18mm lens for a high quality one. But the reason why I don't record on that too often is because it stands out too much. Like if I use that on a train, there's literally no room sometimes because there's so many people. But Nagasaki actually is less busy than I thought it would be. Like the station, I thought it'd be packed. But even on a Friday and a school holiday apparently, it's like nobody. So one day in Nagasaki, what can you see? Well, as we're walking along here, it depends what you want to see, but I feel like you can't miss the Peace Memorial Park, the atomic bomb stuff, the historical stuff. You can't miss that. And you can't miss the mountain, you know, with a named one of the top night views of Japan. How can you not go there? But expect it to be packed, I'd say. We'll see though. I don't know yet, so. I need a drink, bruv. My favorite. Damn, I haven't had one of these since Tokyo. Fuck, that was like 3 weeks ago. Yeah, back at the good old Roppongi, which had a vending machine literally right outside my hotel room. So that is the History Museum, the National History Museum. With architecture looking like that, of course you expect it to be something. I'm not going to go into it though, because you guys know how I feel about museums. You can search that shit up online, anything about that sort of information. Also, never been one to like just stay in that same location and just read stuff. Like, it's cool, but although don't worry, I will be going to the World War II museum or the atomic bomb museum. It's because I have to, you know. But even in the Hiroshima one, I just blazed through it. Didn't read too much. Some of the testimonials and stories from the victims was really good though. But yeah, we're going up what seems to be like some sort of park, some sort of historical site again. I see head statues, sculptures everywhere. I don't know what we're doing. We're just walking around looking at the place. It looks nice. What is this? Some kind of sumo wrestling or jiu-jitsu, some kind of jiu-jitsu. I'm flipping sweating at the wazoo. Like right now it's 17 degrees or 19. It's not even that. Japan, despite the Celsius being the same, I feel like it's warmer than Australia, or I've been used to too cold temperature, or a combination of both. I don't know. But it's pretty insane though. But like I came from snowy, literally -1, -2 degree weather Celsius, and now I'm in a place that feels like the tropics. It literally feels like Hawaii. But like, I don't know. Did you guys know Hawaii is actually Japanese inspired? Like a huge Japanese culture there. Don't ask me how I know, I just know. I saw a streamer go there, and yeah, I think that's the main reason. But just search it up for yourself. Oh, we see a kitty cat. Also, Nagasaki, the area around, is very known for a lot of stray cats. There's this actually one area I saw where it's just covered with cats who are like relaxing next to a hot spring. Unfortunately, that's too far from Nagasaki itself. It's in more the country area, but why is this one not scared of me? I think it... I think it has an owner because it has a collar. Generally, you can tell who's a stray and who's not. The ones that are strays are usually scared of you. Right, there doesn't look to be anything else up there, so I'm just gonna head back. Nice cool looking bamboo over here though. It's a really nice area. But I'm gonna head back because it looks like there's a shrine I want to go to and let's go see, but I don't need to. But if I do see it, it's on the other side, so. And on our way down, we found something we did not expect to stumble across. An air raid shelter, which was a free to look at museum of its own. Do you know English?
Where are you from?
I go. Oh, Australia.
Huh?
Australia.
Australia.
Hi.
Okay. Pamphlet. Japanese only.
Japanese only. Oh. Oh, okay.
Pamphlet.
Pamphlets. Hi.
Japanese.
Ah.
読めますか?
Hi. Can I go in?
どうぞどうぞ。
Oh, ありがとうございます. It was always awkward to conversate with people when you didn't know the mother language, but this place was sick. Like most places in Japan, they've turned it into a really cool museum with artifacts, information, and yeah, it was just pretty cool to just walk around in it and just envision like, oh man, this was the place where people had to hide during the bombings. Alright, so this is the atomic bomb. What's it called? It's like the hiding place, the bomb shelter. There's someone down there. It's great the amount of things you can find just by walking. I legit didn't even know that existed until like a moment ago where I went to see it. It's great, you know. Nagasaki, if you guys didn't know, was the second place that was hit by one of America's nuclear bombs after Hiroshima. I'm pretty sure it was Hiroshima first and then Nagasaki. Don't ask me what am I walking to? I can walk this way. But yeah, don't ask me why it's those cities. I'm not historical. Maybe I do voiceover. But yeah. But I have been holding in a shit for the last 10 so minutes. I desperately need to shit. This isn't funny. I'm literally, oh, my stomach hurts so bad. The map, and I just saw there's always toilets in the public park. Shitty, but I really need shit, bro. Fucking hell. I don't remember what this park was called, but I was surprised how little people there were, considering, like I said, it was school holidays. And if you go further up, there was even a small zoo. Do I need a ticket for this? Or I can just go in whenever. I guess it was free, and the more you walked, the further up you were, as you can see the mountainous landscape that covers the city outskirts. It's incredible the amount of things you can just see just by walking. It's so nice that these places were so close to each other that you just need to walk to hit them. And next up, we made it to an incredibly scenic shrine area. This is pretty mad. Now this place had one of the coolest shrine entrances I had seen in Japan, with insane scenic views of the city from the very top of the stairs. Almost felt like in a movie or an animation. And at the top was what was known as the sewer shrine. It spanned a pretty large area. Wait, there's red gates here too? Damn, this place is good. Pretty sick area. Highly recommend if you visit this city. Unfortunately, this was all I explored of the place before I left, but I guess it was the most interesting for me. I was kind of strict for time, as in my eyes, moving quickly and seeing a bit of everything meant I saw more overall. And I was hungry. I hadn't ate yet this day, and that huge shit I took earlier cleared a lot of space. First though, I did the usual. Go to 7-Eleven, get out some money, hydrate myself, and then go get some food. Bro, I don't know what it is, but my eSIM, the connection just doesn't fucking work here. It's annoying. I'm trying to find a place to eat, but it's not loading. It was a nice walk through the Nagasaki streets, but unfortunately, because I couldn't connect to the damn internet, I didn't exactly know where to go. But I suddenly stumbled across an Italian joint, and I was like, you know what, screw it, let's have some Italian food in Nagasaki. Very interesting indeed, that when I arrived, it was hosted by Japanese people. So time to see what Japanese Italian food tasted like, with a nice upper story view too. I ordered a set with spaghetti, some cold salad, orange juice, and some kind of dessert. Unfortunately, I recorded this a while ago, so I don't exactly remember how it tasted, but here's the menu. I ordered this. Also, the chef was preparing right in front of you, as you saw, and I even talked to him for a while about where I was from and stuff, I remember, and they were super nice, but unfortunately, I wasn't able to record much of that. Don't blame me. You'll know if you try. Hard as fuck. Recording on the fly. That was a very good place. It's always the alleyways. It's always the hidden alleyways with the hidden restaurants that are fucking mint. That are good. Like, they're like hidden gems. But yeah, finally got the energy we need. I feel the energy from that meal course through my veins. I was so tired. That's why I didn't film so much before then, but fortunately we don't have time to check out that bridge. I don't think so. This was a bridge I meant, which was apparently another known landmark of Nagasaki for some reason. I ended up just not having the time, unfortunately. But I ended up going somewhere which might have been way better. We're gonna just head to a park I saw with a cool looking statue. The park that is celebrating some guy. I don't even know which guy. But I didn't even know cars go this way. Let's get the fuck out of me. Now, Nagasaki is not actually that big of a city. You can walk to places pretty easily. But the more things I see on the maps, yes, even though it loads very slowly right now, sometimes I can still see it. The more things I want to go to, there looks to be a lot of cool parks, statues, sculptures, trees, shrines, temples. So many cool things. Look at all the, like, is that cherry blossoms? I don't know. I don't know what the tree of this is. But with the stuff on the ground, oh my god. It looks so cool. And stuff like this, man, you see it in Japan so many times, it's just a common thing. Just literally in the city. But I will have to say, Nagasaki probably has some of the best ones. So many things in this city I want to take video and photo of. Because it looks so cool. And just in a way so different. Even from Fukuoka. I think people actually live here. It's kind of crazy. You see houses and like people's apartments nearby. And all I did was just walk around. And you find insane shrines like these everywhere. I don't exactly know where this was, but I was headed to a place called Kagoshima Park. And the great thing is, like with the many parks in the city, you went uphill, which meant you get insane scenic views of the city on the way up. Bro, I could be here the whole day taking pictures and videos. Like this spot right here, you probably can't, like the camera can never capture how fucking glorious it looks, but I'm trying my best here. It looks amazing. And at this point, I can already comfortably say, Nagasaki has to be one of the best places I've had the privilege of visiting and walking around out of any other city in Japan. Not to say the others weren't good, but because of the lack of people and tourists in general, as you've seen and will see, it makes it so that this place has such a chill and laid back vibe. You guys know how I complain about Tokyo being an absolute international cesspool. Well, you're not going to get that here. Today is so hard. Oh man. I have to take the ropeway up. We are not going to see that mountain during sunset, but as long as I see it at night, well, good. But even though it was hard because I was nearing the end of my hectic journey across Japan, it was still so incredibly worth it and rewarding. Thought this was all going to be grasslands based on Google Maps, but I think the grass is all dried out. It's like sand. And I was so lucky that because I extended my stay in Japan until late March, we were already able to see some cherry blossoms from the south where they start blooming first. I don't know if these are cherry blossoms. They look like it, but I got told that another really reddish kind of flowers is like another something else that people mistake for cherry blossoms. But either way, I think cherry blossoms are like more toned down in color, which I still see some around here. I'm gonna assume these are, fuck. Yeah, I saw many plum blossom trees around Japan and assumed they were cherry blossoms when they weren't. But these most certainly were cherry blossoms, and the further up you walked, you made it to the peak of the park. Wow. Oh. Damn. Now this place is, in my eyes, a must visit when you come to Nagasaki. Literally a free observation deck on top of a park with a really scenic walk. And this just overlooks like one side of the entire city. Nagasaki's insane. Having just been here a few hours, I can already tell it beats Fukuoka out the park. Not to say Fukuoka is bad at all, but Nagasaki comparatively I'd say was better, in my experience. And look, there's the famous statue of Sakamoto Ryoma, a Japanese samurai, one of Japan's most beloved historical figures. I heard there are many statues of him throughout Japan, and this was the one in Nagasaki, as we see him and us overlook the entire city. But yeah, what an insane view this was, overlooking the city from the east side. I believe this is that is the destination I'm heading to, Mount whatever the fuck it's called. But wow. As we were going to conquer Mount Inasa there for the night view, it was sick to see both sides of the city. 100% a must visit if you come here. This place is awesome. I would stay here way longer, but I need to make it to the bomb museum. It closed at 5:30, it's 3:30 right now. Definitely, I feel like Nagasaki is probably one of the best cities I've been to. Now you can see me better, yeah. Okay, there's a museum that way, but it's an art museum. I need to head out quickly because I don't think I have time. Like, look at this, people actually live around these parts. But yeah, for some reason, the there's actually two museums in Nagasaki. I'm only going to see one of them. The Atomic Bomb Museum and the Peace one, which is because the Peace one is actually that way, and then the Atomic Bomb one is actually that way. They're like in different like places of the city. But the Atomic Bomb one is the main one. I wouldn't doubt there'd be a lot of people there because it's the main attraction, and the Peace Park looks insanely cool. But I'm gonna take the same route I came from, take the tram there, and then yeah, we won't have long at the place since for some reason the Atomic Bomb Museum closed at 5:30, but oh well, at least I'll get to see it. But like, look at this, even this is sick. Definitely will have to say Nagasaki 100% one of my favorite cities. Out of the 15, 16 major cities I've been to in Japan this trip, Nagasaki is definitely one of my favorites. Top 5, might even be my most favorite, I don't know. And I've only been here for one day, like a few hours. Oh man, if I had more time, I would like relax more on each of the places that I go. Like that place I was just at was banging. It was fucking amazing. It's hard to, you know, show how amazing it is through the camera, because in real life, like I saw a lot of images of stuff here in Japan, you know, through images, through Google Images, but actually seeing it in real life is just so much, like, you know, so much better, so much different. Damn it, I missed it. I missed the stray cat. I was gonna show you guys how you know it's a stray. It literally ran away as soon as I didn't even get close to it. I've seen so many cats, I just saw another one. Cats love this place, man. Why wouldn't you? Look at all the greenery. Like, just walking through here is just so nice. There's hardly any tourists. Like, something like that spot I was just at, I expected way more people. Well, obviously I think most of the people go to the atomic bomb area, the Peace Park. Pretty sure. I mean, try walking around a bit, you know? Try walking around. Because you see some amazing things just by walking. Like those things I just saw today. I didn't expect to see those as I arrived, you know what I mean? I thought, you know, just kill some time before the main events, you know, Peace Park and the mountain. But I do. So you can say that again. And next up, it was time to head to the main event via tram, which took a very short amount of time to get us to where we needed to go. And I believe this was actually the first time I took a tram in Japan. Pretty cool experience. I remember the tram got pretty packed, but you'll soon see how packed this city's atomic bomb museum is. I feel tired again. Oh man, I feel really tired. But I really hope I got off at the right stop. I think it is, but hardly anyone, like the tram ended up being packed, but hardly anyone got off with me. That street is like a baseball stadium and a couple of stadiums. We're not gonna worry about that. We have the time, but look at this. You can already tell it's a peace park with all the birds. Yeah, we're gonna head this way, which is where the atomic bomb shit is. And as you can see, we already have some cherry blossoms blooming. We are in early cherry blossom blooming season. Early blooming. And as we got to the atomic bomb area, some things looked pretty familiar. A bunch of statues and clothing and stuff to remember the victims. And then at the top of it all was the museum. Wow. And the reason I said wow was because there was hardly anybody. Compare that with Hiroshima's. Oh my god. If you haven't checked out that video, go do that, because Hiroshima compared to Nagasaki felt like Tokyo compared to Ishinomaki. Legit. The ticket, I'm pretty sure, costed around $2. So like Hiroshima's. But unlike Hiroshima's, this one was a lot better of an experience. And that was due mostly by the amount of people. The amount of people in this one was like maybe 3 to 4 times less than Hiroshima's. It still had the same emotional impact too. But man, at least this one, you were able to have so much more breathing room. You saw how from Hiroshima's experience, the amount of people there made the experience a lot worse. You don't get that here. Nagasaki, for my first time exploring, felt like a huge hidden gem. And you've seen, and will see, at least when I went, it just felt so chill. There were hardly any tourists, and that might be because the city is so far away from the common tourist route, and Hiroshima is on that route as well for a lot of people. But yeah, this museum, absolutely also must visit if you come here, just because you learn a lot about the city of the place and you can get lost in it for an hour or so. In fact, a lot of things in the city are a must visit. If you're intending on traveling to the island of Kyushu, try to allocate a few nights in this wonderful city. It deserves it. And again, just like Hiroshima's one, this one was also an emotionally surreal experience. These images stuck with me the most after this visit. But yeah, hope you enjoyed some of the things you can see in this museum, as well as Nagasaki, the city in general. And after buying something from the gift shop there, we dip set. That was a great little excursion I bought some keychains, of course. Ow, fell. But got a pink one and another one that's like the prime one. There we go. It's my mum's birthday today, so figured I'd get her something, you know. But yeah, that was a really good, very short. Need to fuel up. It is 5 o'clock. That museum took a lot less longer than the Hiroshima one. I feel like there's less to see, but it has the same impact. I swear, if you guys are ever at these museums, go watch the testimonials from the victims. If I stayed there any longer to watch that, I probably would have shed a tear or two, just like in Hiroshima. But now, which one is better? Okay, the Hiroshima one is definitely, I'd say, I feel like it's more to see. Like, I feel like I was done with that in less than an hour. Here, 30 minutes-ish. It depends how long you want to stay and how much you want to read. I'm pretty fast about it. I'd say I was maybe more faster than the average person. And then we headed to the Peace Park, which you will see in the next episode, as we finally, after a month and a half or so, managed to conquer all the major night views in Japan. Stay tuned as we near the end of this utterly insane journey.